Hello guys, welcome to another video. Today we're gonna talk about where can foreigners buy land in Europe, including agricultural and farm investing in the continent for non-EU citizens. Land is currently one of the most sought assets in the world. Bill Gates is buying land consistently, and a lot of other companies and investors are following this trend. If you had the same idea and you want to either invest in a rural property or farmland in Europe, or just enjoy the idyllic countryside of the continent, this video is for you. However, buying agricultural land is an activity restricted for foreigners in many countries in the world, including in Europe, both inside the European Union and also outside of it. Just to name a few examples, in Ukraine, Montenegro and Poland, foreigners have restricted access to buying farmland. Every country has its own regulations, and while in some countries foreigners have the same rights when it comes to buying farmland as locals, in other countries this can be nearly impossible. In this video, we will list countries in which foreigners can buy agricultural land in Europe. We will also cover at the end of the video what to do if you want to buy a rural property in a country where buying land is restricted for foreigners. And before we start with the actual content, the usual talk: if you want to travel, move or invest abroad, hit the like button, check our other videos, book a consultation call with me, the link is in the description. Let's plan your immigration strategy today together. And the most important thing of them all, subscribe. Let's start! We will start our list with Greece, a country where foreigners, including non-EU citizens, can buy agricultural land and rural properties. However, if the land plot is bigger than 250,000 square meters, you may need an extra license to buy land in Greece. There are also restrictions if you want to buy land close to any of the Greek borders, most notably to the east. Apart from these aspects, there are no restrictions on buying rural properties, regardless of your nationality. If you are interested in buying land or any other kind of property in Greece, you may also get a residence permit along with that. With an investment of 250,000 euros in real estate in Greece, you become eligible to get a golden visa in the country. A golden visa is much more flexible than any other ordinary residence permit in Greece. For example, it has no minimum stay requirement in the country per year in order to renew it. An ordinary residence permit requires you to stay most of the time in the country to be able to keep renewing your residence permit until you get a permanent residence permit in Greece. The next country is, surprise surprise, Portugal. Portugal has made it to another video of ours, and this time the reason why Portugal is in this video is because foreigners can buy land in the country. This includes EU and non-EU citizens who wish to buy farmland in Portugal, and as a matter of fact, any other type of property in the country. Similarly to Greece, by investing in real estate in Portugal, you can also get a special residence permit, often referred as a golden visa. In the case of Portugal, the financial requirements are a bit higher than Greece, but on the other hand, the path to citizenship is shorter. If you invest in Portugal and meet the requirements for a golden visa, after 6 years residing in the country, you can apply for citizenship. So that's 5 years on a temporary basis, 1 year as a permanent resident, and then you can apply for citizenship. So Portugal, an unrestricted place if you want to invest in farmland or any agricultural property. It is also easy to get a residence permit as a non-EU citizen and faster than other EU countries to get your European passport. The next country is Spain. Spain is another country that is super popular among foreigners who want to invest in real estate. From apartments and offices in Madrid to houses on the Balearic Islands, Spain has been on the radar for foreign investors for more than a couple of decades. It is also possible to buy land in Spain, regardless of whether you are an EU or a non-EU citizen. Spain has two important advantages compared to a number of other countries if you want to invest in agricultural land or a rural property. The first advantage is that it offers a golden visa program for real estate investors. This in itself is not an exclusivity of Spain, as you can also get a golden visa in countries like Portugal or Greece, for example. However, in Spain you can buy land or rural properties for especially low prices. Many areas of the Spanish countryside lack population and investment in general. For that reason, reason, it is quite easy to find land in Spain for particularly low prices. In Italy, for example, you can also find rural properties for low prices, but these tend to be in more isolated places like Sicily or Puglia, especially in the countryside of Sicily, for example, not in big cities. In Spain, you can get a decent piece of land not too far from major cities like Madrid or Valencia. The next country is the Czech Republic. In the Czech Republic, or now also known as Czechia, foreigners can buy any type of property, including agricultural land, since 2011. The Czech Republic is one of the fastest growing countries in the European Union, with a lower than average tax rates compared to its western neighbors and a relatively flexible immigration law. While properties in Prague and its vicinity are pretty expensive, if you wander away from the capital, you can still buy houses and farms for pretty decent prices. It is also possible to get a residence permit in the Czech Republic if you run a business, so it is definitely a place you should consider if you want to start or invest in a farm right in the middle of Europe. Czechia has a privileged location in Europe. It has a good port of its borders with Germany and Austria, two countries which have much less options in terms of investments and especially residence permits for non-EU citizens. The next country is Belgium. Belgium is another country in which foreigners can have access to the land market. The same applies for any other types of properties in Belgium. Most of Belgium's terrain is flat and fertile. However, the country is pretty small and extremely wealthy. It comes as no surprise that buying land in Belgium is probably one of the most expensive investments you can make among all countries in today's list. One of the advantages of Belgium is that after living just 5 years in the country, you can apply for Belgian citizenship. But on the other hand, Belgium does not have a golden visa like Portugal, Greece or Spain. So Belgium might be a good option, but only if you have deep pockets to invest in the country. The next country is Italy. Italy is another country where foreigners can buy land regardless whether they are EU or non-EU citizens. However, that doesn't apply to land deemed of military importance, according to the current Italian laws. If the buyer does not reside in Italy, it is slightly more complicated, as in this case, it is necessary that Italians can also buy property in the country of residence of the buyer on the same terms. If you reside in Italy, however, even if you are a foreigner, that does not apply and things are much simpler. Italy, however, does not offer very flexible residence permits as you can find in Greece, Spain or Portugal. They do have residence permits for freelancers and retirees though. If you can prove you have a sufficient passive income, you can still live in Italy based on that. That is called the elective visa in Italy. The last country in today's video is Turkey. Although most of its territory is in Asia, a little part is actually in the Balkans, one of the best regions in the world, which is in Europe. Foreigners can buy farmland in Turkey, but there are some restrictions. As a foreign individual, the maximum land you can buy is 30 hectares, or 300,000 square meter. The land also cannot surpass more than 10% of the area of the town where it is located. There are also some other minor restrictions, like Greek citizens cannot buy property in Turkey on the Aegean Sea. Russians and Ukrainians cannot buy property in Turkey on the coast of the Black Sea. These restrictions are related to the proximity of Turkey to these countries. Turkey in itself has a lot of advantages since its currency is pretty weak at the moment. The country offers the cheapest land from all countries in our list today. On top of that, Turkey has a citizenship by investment program, which is not available in any of the other countries in today's video. If you invest $250,000 in the Turkish real estate market, you become a Turkish citizen without any residency requirement. Of course, if you don't want to become a Turkish citizen, you don't have to, but the option is there. Now we're gonna talk about what to do if you want to buy land in a country where foreigners are not allowed to do so. So, you want to buy land in a country where foreigners are not allowed to own a farm, for example. One of the easiest ways to circumvent this is by incorporating a company in the country where you want to buy land. If you open a company in a given country, the company will be regarded as a local entity, even if the owners are foreigners, and then you can buy land as a company. This would work like this in theory. You can buy land in a country using a company and live there for a number of years until you are able to become a citizen of a given country. Then, once you are a citizen of that country, you can transfer the ownership of the land to yourself as a physical person and close the company. This might not work in every country, as every country's laws on foreigners have different regulations, but this is a viable way to own land in a number of countries that you wouldn't be able to do so otherwise. That's it for today's video. Write down in the comments section in which country you would like to own a farm or a rural property. And as always, at the end of the video, the usual talk of every video. If you want to travel, move or invest abroad, hit the like button, check our other videos, book a consultation call with me, the link is in the description. And most importantly, don't even have to say that, yeah? Okay, I'll spare you this time. See you next time.